In 2022, heading into $23 million in the fifth-year option of that rookie deal. Ryan, if you're Lamar Jackson, you show up to offseason activities without a new deal.
Absolutely not. If I'm Lamar Jackson, I'm actually walking around South Florida in bubble wrap. I'm making sure that I don't do anything dangerous. I'm not eating hot French fries. The only food that I'm eating is made right in front of me by a personal chef. If you're Lamar Jackson, you have to understand how much money that you are worth just walking around, and that's what you have to make the Baltimore Ravens pay you. This guy has absolutely carried this team since taking over for Joe Flacco. He wins an MVP, 2 back-to-back seasons of 1,000 yards rushing. And early on this season, when this team was depleted, no running back, missing pieces on the defensive side of the football, he was willing them to win with his legs, his arm, and his heart. Lamar Jackson deserves to be compensated, and he deserves to be in that 40 million plus crew with the Dak Prescotts, the Josh Allens, the Patrick Mahomes of the world. And I believe that's what he needs to get to even walk on the grass in Baltimore. If I'm Lamar Jackson, I'm not even flying over Maryland unless a deal is signed.
I get what you're saying, RC, but you got to understand that Lamar Jackson is betting on himself. And he's done that his entire life, and that's exactly what he's doing with this contract situation. You know, having been his mentor in Baltimore for 3 seasons, I got an inside look at who he is as a person. And he's not the type of guy who's going to hold out. He's not the type of guy who's going to demand anything from the team. He's just going to go out there and play ball. Lamar Jackson is focused on winning. He is not focused on the money. And even though he's not focused on the money, he knows the longer it takes, the more that market is going to climb to the 50 million plus range, and he's worth every single penny. Lamar Jackson is focused on revenge. He sees that people no longer mention him in the top 10 quarterback list. He sees that people have forgotten that he's the most dynamic offensive weapon in the entire league. Lamar Jackson is going out there and thinking to himself, I'm going to reintroduce myself, and he's going to take it out on the NFL. The entire league better be on notice. He's going to do that with or without a contract.
The last time RG3 that a Baltimore quarterback bet on himself, it was Joe Flacco. And look what happened there. He won a Super Bowl, and he got paid. Lamar Jackson's better than Joe Flacco. He could do the same exact thing. But I will say that it is only February, and we should be patient with these deals. Generally speaking, it probably wouldn't get done until June, July, August, sometime in there anyway. So just because they don't have a deal right now does not mean they ultimately won't get there. He could walk in with Josh Allen's contract and say, let's just do this, and they could have it done in a day. But I just think ultimately this is the kind of thing, as Robert alluded to, that he's going to take his time with it. He's going to do the right thing. He's going to bet on himself. And obviously the Ravens still covet him, so we'll see if it can get done.
Hey, man, this is not Vegas, y'all. This is not betting on yourself. We're not out here boxing. This is not a UFC fight where it's just one-on-one and we could just go do this thing and think we could be better than the other dude. This is football. And if he should have learned anything last year, is that we are all mortal. Even him, who was dipped in the waters of greatness like Achilles, they have an Achilles heel. And when he was tackled and he felt that ankle go, or when he had those illnesses this year and he couldn't get on the field, he had to realize that as great as I am, as explosive as I am, as game-changing as I am human, and this can end any day. And if you have earned your money, and I get it, 50 million a year is better than 40 million a year, but 40 million a year is better than 0 millions a year. And so for me, if I'm Lamar Jackson, I have earned my money. I've seen other people get their money, and it's time for me to do the same. I don't walk in on this 5th-year option or on this 5th year of this contract and play for the 22 or the 23 when I've already earned more.
Robert?
Yeah, RC, he has earned more. He's earned much more money. But I'm telling you, having known the kid and been there for years, he's not that type of guy. He doesn't worry about the business of football getting in the way of him actually playing football. And we can all sit up here and say, oh, this and that and whatever. But he's going to go out there, and if he's playing on a $23 million contract, he's going to be fine with that because he knows that he's going to put a product on the field that is going to put him in not just with the top guys, but he'll be making more than the top guys, be the highest paid guy in the league. And I think he's okay with that.
I'm calling mentor Robert Griffin. You need to call Lamar Jackson and get his mind right.
Hey, from here on out, we're calling you that, Robert. Mentor Robert Griffin. And by the way, guys, Lamar Jackson has accounted for 63% of the Ravens' yards over the last 3 seasons. There's no way that you can deny how important he is.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.